Yeah, this video is a little bit philosophical. There was a French philosopher writer in the 19th century, Alex de Tocqueville. That's how the English pronunciation. So they say it differently in French. But he came to America just to see what this new country was all about. America was really expanding. And Alexis, he had this comment, and he wrote a book called Democracy in America, is pretty famous. Not until I went into the churches of America and heard her pulpits flame with righteousness did I understand the secrets of her genius and power. America is great because America is good. And if America ever ceases to be good, America will cease to be great. And I thought of this quote because a lot of the normie, older GOP types like Sean Hannity, they always have this premise out of, oh, if the American people could just see how extreme Kamala Harris is and Tim Walz, oh, they would just be shocked. They couldn't believe it. They would recoil from it. We got to get out the message better. And they're coming from the view, I understand, of the old America, at least in our minds, that a lot of us grew up in the 60s and 70s and 80s even, where you had small towns. It was a 90% white country. It was Christian. It was pretty much low crime. We had a sense of cohesiveness. And we actually did, people went to church where they talked about sin and God and living righteous lives. I think churches now are all about sodomy and Black Lives Matter. So they've really changed. But Sean Hannity and these people, they have the view that America is still basically a good people. And according to Alexis, this is why we are great, or we're great. And we hear this a lot with Donald Trump, make America great again. But how do we make America great again if our people are no longer good? And I can't say we, in general, are a good people. As I'm doing this video, there's this news about how because of all these illegal immigrants pouring in Aurora, Colorado, a Venezuelan gang, they took over an apartment complex and they're robbing people. And really nothing's been done about it. You hear this, our highest value in our land is abortion, especially later on, better as possible, even into the 9th month. The push of sodomy, how it's our highest value, the LGBTQ flag, child sex changes. I could go on that I don't see this as being a good people anymore. And that's why we're no longer a great nation. And part of this whole political process, I try to step away from a little bit in the sense that the people usually get the government they deserve. So if the people are corrupt and evil, then they're going to get a corrupt and evil government. That's what they deserve. And they probably deserve that hard, the results of that. The problem is there's a lot of good people that get impacted by this. I really want to care. Like people, oh, we need more migrants in here. You know, these stupid middle-aged women. And if they should end up being attacked or beaten or whatever, I don't give a shit anymore. I really don't. They brought this on themselves. The problem is it spreads to innocent people. And we need a way to quarantine that. And the best way to quarantine that is to have separate nations. We shouldn't have to live with these people. Let them live in their country where they abort their children at any age, where they celebrate homosexuality in the 1st grade, where they cut kids' dicks off and their boobs off and they celebrate that. I don't really care. They can have that society, but keep it away from us. The problem is they would want to leave that society immediately and come to ours. We already see this right now between the states. You know, these shit libs, they put their policies in California, then they flee California or they flee New York to come to states that are better, but then they try to reinvent it. We got to stop that process. So this whole election season, I'm not really sure if a lot of people just don't understand what Kamala stands for. I think they're okay with communism, a lot of young people, because they don't know the bloodbath is created. They're not taught that. They think this is a good thing. They think white people are evil. They think white people need to still exist to make them things, but we're evil and we need to produce things for them. And that's their view. And we're not going to really change it that easily. We're not going to change the system of government if the people are corrupt. And politics is downstream from culture. And do you guys ever get out? I get out. If you get out in the public sometimes, it's very depressing. It's not your dad's or grandfather's America anymore. It looks like some bus station in Tijuana or something. It's just a clusterfuck is what it is now. And this is not just one or two incidents. This is all over the nation. It's like a cancer. This is what we have. And do you expect this trash of people that they just celebrate doing drugs and gambling and OnlyFans or highest values to get girls to whore themselves out at a young age and all this corruption? Do you really expect those people to create a good government? It's just not going to happen. It's a fool's errand. And so we got to look at the source of this. So, in a sense, if people want to vote all this crap in, I'm sad it's going to hurt decent people. But what we can do is try to get away from it as much as possible. Leave the cities, try to leave all the blue areas. Let them experience the Venezuelan gangs shaking them down, threatening them, sexually assaulting them, while the little liberal white women are screaming about how evil white men are. Well, let them have it. Let them have what they deserve. Let them have their communist system where they're broke and they're starving. They could probably use it. They're fat. And that will help them. Just let it go. Don't keep the weight of the world on your shoulders. If they want this type of system, this is what they deserve. They deserve the results of that system. And we got to understand not to try to always keep this together. We need to look for a future for our people, a long-term solution, and not get so tied down or depressed about all this horrible stuff, because a lot of people frankly are horrible and they deserve a horrible government. They deserve what's going to happen to them. Talk to you guys later.